Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, it looks like we're coming out the other side of this pandemic, and we'll be talking to the Texas president of Sunflower Bank. He's going to be talking about how to make businesses thrive. That's next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's I Spies.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, we just learned that the mask mandate has been lifted. Social distancing guidelines have been lifted. So it certainly feels like the economy is roaring back. And to talk about that today, Seth Allen, he is the Texas Regional President of Sunflower Bank. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeff. Great to be here.
Absolutely. Well, we talked off the air about Texas being a very competitive place to bank. You have entered this market and you're making a difference already. Talk about the history of Sunflower Bank.
Sure. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Sunflower Bank is 130-ish years old, started in Salina, Kansas. Great history of community banking. We acquired a bank 7 years ago that was based in New Mexico and had a bank in El Paso. And since then have gone de novo, or a new expansion into Denver, into Colorado, and then Arizona, and now Texas. So Texas is the 5th state. Colorado, Arizona, and Texas are all new market, organic growth markets for us.
So I'm biased because I love this state, but there's a sense of optimism about the economy in Texas that I don't think I've experienced in any other state in the country. Is that one of the reasons why you guys are doubling down on Texas?
Absolutely. I'm a native Texan. I've been in part of the banking market in Dallas for a long time, but Sunflower obviously saw what's going on in Texas, just like every other bank in the country. I think their model plays really well here. Our organizational structure, how we get things done, I think we compete really well. But everybody else is coming here. Businesses are coming here, so people are moving here. The tax environment is friendly. The business environment is friendly. There's a lot of land, a lot of room to grow. So land costs are low. So it's just a very compelling market for people that are in high real estate priced area, high tax area, high regulated areas where the regulatory environment is somewhat constricting.
Yes.
So Texas is kind of the new frontier for a lot of companies. We're seeing them move here fairly regularly. A lot of people are moving here. And Dallas particularly, we like Texas as a whole, so we're expanding into Houston, Austin, Fort Worth, San Antonio as well. So we're looking at Texas as a whole. But I think Dallas is I'm biased. I've been here for a long time. I love Dallas. It's a great, great business market. And one of the things that makes it great is the people. A lot of executive talent here.
Yes.
We had a client that needed a CFO, and within 2 days we had reached out and there were like 5 candidates. So that doesn't happen in a lot of executive level talent. It's just a great, great market to be in.
And the bank is really making a name for itself. We're going to put up on the screen a recent Dallas Business Journal article. Let's talk about how you guys partner with your clients. You mentioned, helping in a C-suite job search. You really do become partners with your clients, don't you?
Yeah, that's really what motivates us at the end of the day as bankers, is really seeing the community thrive, seeing our business clients thrive, and helping them to do that. So we like to be, a value add to our clients, not just selling a product, but being partners with them. I mean, we're lending them money. So we're in their capital stack, if you will. So we like to, the financing. So that's kind of our approach.
Absolutely. We found a great video. Let's go ahead and roll that now. Well, one of the things I love about Sunflower is, although you're a very large bank in 5 different states, you still act like a community bank, and that's important, isn't it?
It is. I think we're in a really interesting time period in banking. The big banks are so big that they've kind of forgotten who the client is. I mean, they are, typically have, for companies that are small to medium size, kind of junior people. They're great. Big banks are great with products, and they've got everything you would ever need. But on the delivery side, sometimes it's difficult when you have, when you're $1 trillion bank, to really be able to focus on communities and markets in the way that we do. I mean, we're in the community. We hire really experienced bankers from the big banks. Typically, most of our bankers in Dallas have big bank experience. So we truly try to have a culture of partnering with our clients to help them grow their business, not just selling product to them. We don't go in with a checklist and say, have you got your 401k, is it, do we need to manage your 401k? We need to sell you, whatever the widget is. We try to come with an approach of what is it that you're trying to accomplish? What's your long-term goals with your company? Where do you want to be 3 years from now? Where do you want to be 10 years from now? How do you want to transition out of the company at some point? If you're I think it's like 75% of these businesses owners that we're talking to in the size range are in their 60s, right? Mm-hmm. So what's your transition plan? How do you see exiting your business? Where do you want to get to be in order to do that? So, and then we kind of try to figure out how to connect them with the right people, the right advisors, and just provide the resources to help them meet their goals.
Absolutely.
So,
let's talk a little bit about COVID. How did you do last year, and what do you see for this year?
Well, we just started in December, so we didn't have a choice but we were going to work every day. So we've been aggressively in meeting and out in public. Obviously, we did all the mandated stay-at-home stuff, but the banks were essential, so our office pretty much filled up with employees pretty quickly. And we have, we worked individually with employees. I mean, if they had health issues or whatever, just wanted to work from home, we were able to do that. So we have a number of employees still working from home, but we had a kind of a lean forward mentality, if you will, mm-hmm. On getting business done. So, and I think you miss something when you're at home from a team perspective and a culture perspective. It's difficult to propel your culture forward when you're never together. I think you miss a lot when you're not face to face. So we leaned forward in that. We were traveling very early on, and we had a phenomenal year. And it looks like this year is going to be even better.
That's kind of what I'm feeling. I know there's been a lot of pent-up demand for a lot of different things. Are you seeing business owners having a pent-up demand for borrowing and expanding?
In most cases, yes. Yeah, the COVID impact is still out there. There's certain industries that are slower to recover than others, but yeah, we are seeing a rebound in the economy. I think the fear aspect of COVID is diminishing as more people are vaccinated. Businesses are getting more growth oriented again. I think everybody was kind of passive for the last year, so we're seeing a lot more. Private equity and family offices are getting active again and looking at growth and doing acquisitions. We're seeing a lot of roll-up opportunities, etc.
Outstanding. Well, we're going to put the map up because you guys are conveniently located right there in University Park at Preston Road. What's the cross street there?
Just south of Northwest Highway. We're in Preston Commons.
Yes.
We're actually in the old T. Boone Pickens office, Mesa Petroleum space, which is kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
We love that. Yeah.
Did he leave behind anything?
No, we haven't found anything yet. We keep looking.
All right. Well, Seth, you've been a joy. Let's put the website up to end the segment. It's sunflowerbank.com. Seth Allen, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.